Welcome to the Rhode Island College greenhouse, home to our biology department's stunning collection of plants. Today, I'd like to take a closer look at the members of the gorgeous orchid family we have present. Let's start by getting to know this enormous family a bit. Orchids are defined by their 3 petals, 3 sepals, and 3 chambered ovary. Orchids are very adaptable plants and will survive in most conditions other than extreme heat or cold. Orchids prefer to be watered about once a week. They like to dry out in between waters, and their roots like to be in breathable soil. Here are a few examples of materials often used in soil mixture for orchids. Fir bark maximizes airflow. Charcoal cleans naturally. Coarse perlite drains quickly. Chunky peat retains moisture. Lava rock aerates roots. And sphagnum moss also holds moisture. Let's take a look at some of the beauties we have on display, starting with the popular vanilla orchid. Vanilla orchids involve any tropical climbing orchid. Numerous flowers open a few at a time and last a single day during the blooming season, which lasts about 2 months. When pods form at the base of the plant, they are then harvested and extracted for their vanilla flavor. Next, we come to our lovely moon orchid and moth orchid. The moon and moth orchids are both referred to as Phalaenopsis amabilis. With a more classic look to it, this is what comes to the minds of many when they think of the word orchid. With over 60 species within the group, their genes are often crossed to create hybrids with beautiful colors. They generally bloom only once a year. One type of orchid that is often overlooked is the jewel orchid. The jewel orchid is also referred to as the lucidia. The leaves on this plant are so beautiful, they are often prized over the thin white flowers. They are easy to grow, usually blooming in fall and winter. Next, let's take a look at the crucifix orchid. Crucifix orchids are also referred to as epidendrums. They are one of the easiest types of orchids to care for. These flowers usually bloom in late winter with long-lasting clusters, but could bloom any time as long as they're kept at the right temperature. Boat orchids, also referred to as cymbidiums, are one of the oldest species of orchid, having lived in China for thousands of years. They produce several long-lasting flowers that are often beautifully fragranced. The Dendrobium family of orchids contains over 1,800 species. Although scientists have tried to narrow down this family of orchids, they have not yet been able to. Most of our wall orchids are Dendrobiums. Fun fact: did you know that because most orchids depend on a single species of bird, bee, or other insect for pollination, if that species is eliminated, the particular orchid that depends on that species becomes threatened by extinction? I hope you've enjoyed exploring just one small section of what our amazing greenhouse has to offer. Please stop by to visit during the week if you see the open sign on the door, if you want to explore the beauty of these plants in person.